Hi folks. Tonight I want to tell you what I'm having for dinner. Kyle's not going to be here, so I decided, since I am just recovering from COVID, to fix myself some comfort food. And this is one food that Kyle prefers. I never ever cook. So I've made myself meatloaf. I'm going to make me some mashed potatoes. I'm going to make me some sweet corn. I'm going to set my big old slice of meatloaf on a plate. I'm going to smother it in mashed potatoes, top it with corn, lots of black pepper, and a little bit of butter, and I am going to have some comfort. But then, as you can see, I like way too much. So I usually do like 1.5 pounds of hamburger, but we started getting our meat from Butcher Box. I'll link below, because we wanted to move to grass-fed and grass-finished beef. And so their ground beef comes in 1 pound packages, so I had to do 2 pounds. So I've got a lot of meatloaf here. So before Kyle gets home, I have to figure out how to transform this into something else. So this is what I'm thinking, okay? Just hold tight. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna take what's left after I eat my meatloaf, my comfort food, and because the meat's already cooked. So I'm gonna make a marinara sauce, and the last part of making it, gonna throw in gonna crunch it up, right? Some ground beef, and I'm gonna make spaghetti. And the recipe I'm gonna use is what my mom always did when I was a kid, which she called oki spaghetti. It resembles nothing Italian other than it uses spaghetti noodles, but it is absolutely delicious. And when I do that, I'm gonna use my homemade tomato sauce, because I think Kyle's gonna be like, oh, you used your homemade tomato sauce. I'm hoping that it's gonna change the flavor enough. He's never going to know, so keep my secret, okay? So I'm only going to need so much of this for spaghetti because it's just me and Kyle, and I don't want spaghetti for a week. So the second thing I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take the rest of the beef and break it up, and I'm going to add taco seasoning, because with taco seasoning we can make burritos, we can make tacos, we can make tostadas, we can make taco salad. There's just a lot we can do with that, right? And again, the seasoning, he's never gonna know I made meatloaf. It's gonna be the biggest secret ever, and yet I'm gonna get me some comfort food tonight. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and eat my dinner, and then before he gets home, I'm gonna transform my meatloaf makeovers into something spectacular. See you soon. All right, welcome back. So Kyle's gonna be home soon, so I've got to get this made. I've decided that because I ate on the meatloaf for a couple of days, there's really not enough leftovers to make 2 things. So I'm just gonna make spaghetti. We can have spaghetti for dinner tonight, and then we can have lunch tomorrow too. So I've got my water going for my noodles, and I've got tons of pasta. So I'm just gonna use this linguine pasta. I was gonna use my own homemade tomato sauce, but this is one of Kyle's favorites, and I got it on sale. See, save more. I saved more. So I think that because it's one of his favorite jarred, he will never know that the meat was originally meatloaf. So I'm gonna use that. I did put a little bit of oil in my pan just to get the meat started, and I'm using a garlic jalapeno olive oil. I don't think the jalapeno is gonna give it much flavor. I'm not going to worry about it. Might give a little spice, but me and Kyle like spice. And just going to pull out my burger, drop it in here, and start mashing it up so I can make spaghetti. So what's on top is ketchup, because that's what I use to put a little bit of flavor on top of my meatloaf. If you've got a great meatloaf recipe, drop it in the comments because and there's our dogs. See, Kyle's probably walking in. I gotta hurry. Because Kyle doesn't really like meatloaf, so I'm always trying to find a meatloaf recipe he will like. Alright, so I've got this in here. I'm going to take the time to mash it up and clean up my mess that I dropped everywhere. My water is boiling for my pasta. Let's let it boil, and I'll be right back.
Hello. And now we are tasting spaghetti. Welcome back to Girl in the Garden.
So, the little secret is Kyle caught me, and he knows I made meatloaf, and then I made spaghetti out of it. So, we're going to see what he really thinks.
I'm just going to do that. Oh, it's meatloafy. I don't like it.
Really? No way.
Yep, it has the same texture and everything as meatloaf.
Oh my gosh.
Like
okay, hold on. We have to change places. All right, so Kyle doesn't like it because the meat has the same texture as meatloaf. And my meatloaf, I don't make it really dense. It's like a hamburger patty, so why he doesn't like it, I don't know.
The hamburger patty is dense.
So I'm trying to get this kind of... So yeah, I see what he's saying. So I like it.
I mean, I'll eat it, but I wouldn't ask for that again.
There is that texture of meatloaf in the background. So maybe spaghetti's not the best thing to make from leftover meatloaf. But Amy gave it a try. You know, maybe next time we'll try tacos or burritos or something like that, or a taco salad. I'm going to think, though, that the meat is still going to have that texture. So I'm going to have to think about that. But anyway, thanks for joining us here at the Girl in the Garden. Our goal is actually to inspire you to grow your own food. So we do have a video coming up. It's going to be about lettuce and how the different ways you can store lettuce to make it last. Our next leftover makeover, actually, it's Kyle's turn to pick something he wants to cook, and then he gets to choose how he makes it over. Hopefully, he'll like his makeover better than he liked mine. But thanks for joining us here at the Girl in the Garden. I'm Tina, and my son Kyle is my cameraman, and we hope that you guys have a fantastic day as I continue to spit all over myself. Sorry about that. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for spending time with us. Give us a thumbs up, give us a like, subscribe, share, comment below, and let us know how you're doing, okay? All right, see you guys later.